It's been a while. El Cachorro is back in 2023. We've been a little busy, a lot of work. Computer freezes up and sucks all the time. And Marvel Strike Force is like really owning me. But we're going to make promises that I probably will not keep. So we plan to do a lot. We'll bring back our El Cachorro movie reviews, where I am not like the other movie reviewers out there who try and act like they're Siskel and Ebert and act big enough. I review it from a fan watching a movie. Do I like the movie? Is it fun? Is it enjoyable? So typically, like I said, it's my scale it's going to be more friendly than most people's scales. Still though, the 10 has got to be a very great movie, and even bad movies will. I mean, the movie has to be unwatchable for me to make it a 1. If it's a movie I just didn't like, it may probably end up being like a 3. Somewhere in there. But usually, I look at it more from a normal human being going to the movie and watching a movie and evaluating the movie. Not like I don't try and act like I'm some Oscar award-winning movie reviewer, because those guys suck. So we're going to bring back movie reviews. I'm going to try and get around to a couple projects we want to do, like the Shark movie tier list and the Godzilla movie tier list. That's something I keep promising I was going to do for a while now. We're going to do that. We're going to work on it this year. I just got to decide the format. Like, should I do it? And feel free to comment down below. I'll maybe put a poll on my Twitter page that no one. And for the whole 10 of you that watch this video, you can decide: should we do it one movie at a time? Should we do it in batches, like the beginning of the show air, the middle, the ending of the show air, the Heisei air, the Millennium air? Maybe one at a time, or what order should we go like from the my least favorite to all the way count down to number 1? Comment down below. How do you think I should do my Godzilla tier list? Movie and shows and tier list. We're gonna try and incorporate as much Godzilla stuff as I can there. But get back in the movies. Maybe even do some catch-up stuff that I never got to finish. Like maybe do some binge 2022, the year in review. That'd be kind of cool. Might do some of that. Like, what was my thought of all the Marvel stuff in 2022, or Star Wars, or other cool streaming stuff. Because like I said, I'm not as hell. I liked the Lord of the Rings Amazon show. I actually enjoyed it. Everyone else hated it. I enjoyed it. But I digress, because today we're going to talk about M3gan. So yes, M3gan. I went and saw M3gan. And let's see, we'll start this off, spoiler free. It is a sci-fi horror-ish movie. I overall actually enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I mean, I don't think it was the greatest thing ever, but it was fun. The PG-13 is like, horror PG-13 horror movies are kind of blah. It means yes, the movie does not have a lot of gore, but it was okay for that. It worked a way around that. There were some gross out, cringe moments, and it wasn't overloaded with jump scares. Yeah, there were some jump scares because it's a horror movie. You gotta have some jump scares, but it was focused more around the creepiness of M3gan, and I think it worked pretty well. She was pretty creepy. She wasn't over comical. Obviously, I think this movie will probably get compared to a lot of just Child's Play. And I know I've not actually seen the latest one. I I know it's Mark Hamill, so I've been at least watch it. I heard people didn't like it, but I know they kind of went away from the satanic ritual thing and went with the killer AI thing, which makes sense in today's day and age. I mean, yes, the original with the whole putting a soul in the doll was cool and all, but that's a very 80s storyline. So a killer AI, an AI doll that goes on the rampage in the modern day actually does make more sense. People probably rebelled against that movie because they're used to the old Child's Play, so coming up with it in a movie like this was much better because it doesn't have that connection to an older movie. So pretty much what it is, M3gan is a robotic android doll that starts killing people. So this is the best way I can keep it without going too deep details into stuff. It worked. It's not a huge. It's just like an Elm Night movie or a Jordan Peele movie, so it doesn't, obviously like massive budget. So they had a decent budget, and for the most part, everything, the CGI and stuff looked good. The acting was suffice. I mean, get any top time actors, and maybe there's some lines here and there that were kind of or some characters that fit tropes, like the boss, the greedy boss guy. But it's a horror movie. You're going to have some of that at some point. You got to accept that. It's usual stuff. Overall, though, it was a fun movie. It was super fun. It was enjoyable. It kind of was a mix. There's kind of different messages in it. The undertone message of, hey, stop letting your devices raise your kids. Kids becoming too reliant on like their tablets and stuff like that. It's if you look into it enough, you'll get that message. But it's not like it's not beating you on the head with it. It's different roller coaster of emotions. There's tragedy in the movie, and there's source of overcoming it, and the creepiness of the M3gan. And like I said, she doesn't. She's not just hitting little one-liners and quips like Chucky does, and she, kind of gets has some more kind of quips, Chuck stuff towards the end of the movie. But overall, it was a fun movie. I enjoyed it a lot. It was a good, enjoyable time. If I'm on my scale, just going back and forth, do I want to give this a 7? I don't know if I want to quite give it a 7. I'll probably say 6.5. Like I said, it's not great. Like I said, 10 for me is going to be. You have to be a super amazing, awesome movie. At least on my scale. And a lot of stuff I might give 8 or 9 to. So, it's a 6.5 pushing a 7, I would say. Was it? Like I said, it's a fun, enjoyable movie for what it is. Alright, and now, if you just want my spoiler-free review, there you go. I do recommend watching the movie. It was a good time. It's enjoyable. And if you don't want spoilers, thank you for coming. You might want to take off now. Alright, they're gone down. Hopefully. Alright, so the movie starts off with a couple and their kid supposedly driving up a very snowy road, going on some kind of ski trip. And it starts off, well, actually the movie opens up with like a commercial for looks like a Furby. It's like this super advanced robotic toy device for all the kids are going crazy for. And it interacts and talks to the kids, and it has an interactive app that the kids can interact with it online. It will do stuff on their app and it will react to it. And it's like Furby on steroids. So super showing how advanced toys are getting and stuff like that. They're arguing about the kid being too addicted to it. And then they're also having problems with the road is becoming very treacherous. And then ends up being the parents, something hits the car that they're in, and the parents die and the kid survives. And the kid has to go live with her aunt, who's the one that got her the toy because she made the toy. She's a super smart scientist chick who makes super fancy toys, and she's got a secret project of where she's trying to make a more android, taking that little smart Furby thing and go to the next level of making a android doll kind of toy. Well, now she's taking custody of the kid, and she's trying to she don't know anything about being a mom or raising a kid, so she got her struggling with that, and so it's going back and forth about that, and ends up being the kid comes in while she's trying to, and she's got this deadline for this new, because they want the boss man was wanting her to make a cheaper Furby that they could, one of their super robot Furby things they have that's more affordable, so they can, because they're getting undercut by a copycat competitor. So she's trying to work on that, and the kid comes and gets all interested in robots, and it ends up leading to her deciding to try the android thing again and feeling like it's what the kid needs. So she makes, and that's her goal. Her life thing is to make this android. So she makes the android, introduces it to the kid, and her and the kid head off, and the kids are coming close, and so she's all big about it. Loves her invention's amazing. It's her boss loves her. They want to sell. They can't wait to sell these things. Blah blah blah. Well, the Megan is she's her programming is that she's always learning and always teaching herself new stuff. And then she gets to told she's supposed to protect the kid and not let anything happen to the kid. So she starts becoming a little overprotective of the kid, and she also is getting becoming self-aware to the point where she believes her and the kid are having a formal relationship, which leads to her doing some shady stuff. The kill count in the movie's not very high. One. Outside the parents die in the beginning. Megan herself. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it only feels like 4 people. So very low kill count. And a dog. So if you don't like dogs dying, you might not want to watch this. You might not like part of this movie. Although you can argue back and forth if the dog was bad or not. But so she becomes more self-aware, and then finally the aunt starts to realize that what's going on, that the doll's doing some creepy stuff, and starts wanting to shut it all down, and it ends up leading to her and the child having this big conciliation where she also realizes that the kid's becoming too addicted and obsessed with this doll as its device that it's using as she's grieving her parents. So they make this big connection, and obviously the aunt realizes that the doll's done bad things and tries to take off, and that's when the doll finally comes out of its shell and goes alive, and it's now taking over things, and you see some of the creepy cool moves it does and stuff like that, and goes back after the fan, and it pretty much takes off and goes back to get the little girl. And then we have to a confrontation in the home between the aunt, the daughter, the little girl, and the doll, and they end up disposing of the doll, and then tease that the doll's put its programming into like an Alexa of device as a little cliffhanger. It does hint that she could be in a lot of trouble. She did create a robotic killer doll, so that, I think she kind of gets the blame for. She kind of might get the blame for that. Might still. So in the real world, she would actually still lose custody of the little girl. Probably, but you get the. So it was like I said, it's not a huge kill count, not a lot of gore. There's one thing where the doll's like pulling some kid's ear off, and that looked kind of gross. But it's pretty self-contained story, and especially the doll itself can be very creepy looking and stuff like that. But like I said, it's a cool, fun, interesting movie. Enjoyed it, and it's worth watching. And that's pretty much my Megan review. I still haven't seen the Avatar movie because it's never playing right when I get off work. it's always like playing like after 7, and you know Avatar's like 3 hours plus long, with all the commercials and the trailers in the front. On a work night, I kind of don't want to be getting home from a movie theater at midnight. So until I can, you know, they pop it on a time that's easier for me to reach right as soon as I get off my day job, and I can squeeze it in, I might do that and we get a review of Avatar. Otherwise, we do have some other upcoming horror movies that look very interesting. There's the M. Night movie, Knock at the Cabin, that could be interesting. The Evil Dead Rises coming, I believe, in April. I can guarantee I will do a movie review for Cocaine Bear. That just looks amazing. So keep an eye out for that. Subscribe down below so you, if you enjoy watching just, hey, a dude in a mask talking. And I might do some video game stuff on my Twitch side, and I don't know, maybe I might try streaming some games still. YouTube, because Twitch streaming's a pain sometimes. Although I don't get paid on YouTube, so I can curse all I want here, so that they can't demonetize me because I don't make money. It's not enough of you have hit that subscribe button down below. So, you know, help me out. You know, you can hit it. No. If you do, I appreciate it very much. So keep an eye out for more reviews, some of the some of these upcoming projects I mentioned at the beginning of the video. Like I said, feel free to comment below on what do you think the best way to do a Godzilla movie tier list is. Talk about one movie at a time, do it in batches. And if we do it in batches, do we want to do it, you know, time frame moves, like the beginning, Showa Air Part 1, Showa Air Part 2, or just like, you know, or if we don't want a time as well, just counting down from the very last, the worst movie to the front best movie. You know, like I said, hit me, let me know what you think. Until next time. Gotta get ready with the buttons, you know how it is. Until next time, Cachorro out.